So lately then I've been talking a lot about what it's like to join up, whether you're younger or you're older. So in this video then I'm going to be talking all about what it's like when you finish basic training, because it's just such a small blip of your army career and you arrive at your battalion. How's it going everyone, and welcome back to another video. If you're unsure who I am or don't know who I am, my name's Luke and welcome to Ranger Media. So in this video then, it's going to be like what it's like to arrive in battalion, because it's a totally different beast. The end of the field army, it's not basic training, it's your job, and that's what it's all about. And to help me out, a mnemonic called FAST. So friendship, adventure, skills and training, you're going to acquire all these when you come and serve in the battalion. So I'm going to break each one of them down into a little bit more detail inside, because I'm out in morning PT, I'm hanging out. So let's get amongst it. So getting into the video, and this video is going to be someone then who's thinking, wants to know what it's going to be like when they arrive in battalion. I'm saying battalion because that's what I'm in. I'm in the 1st Battalion, the Royal Irish Regiment, but this will apply to the whole of our regiment. So if you are watching this from Northern Ireland and you're going to go to Royal Irish, our 2nd Battalion, the Reserves, this is also going to apply to you, certain elements of it anyway. Definitely the mnemonics will. When I start to go into other sort of things, I'll try and relate both when we go through it. If you're watching this and you're not coming to the Royal Irish at all, you can sort of relate this definitely to the army, more definitely in specific the infantry, because that's the sort of branch I'm in. Here in 1 Royal Irish and the 1st Battalion, we're based over in the Midlands in Shropshire, and I do get asked it quite a lot, and I think it's probably better to put it out here so everyone's going to see it rather than a DM, that yes, you do not need to be from the island of Ireland to come and join the 1st Battalion. You can be from wherever you want to come from, and you can come and join, as long as you are 100% committed to doing your best and you want to be a part of it. Then you've got no dramas and you can come be an Irish Ranger. Right, into it then. Friendships. So friendships, is we're going without saying, is going to be something that you're going to gain once you come in. Whether that's going to be you're going to go straight into the single living accommodation or over into the sort of married families, long-term partners, whatever it's called now, family accommodation, you're going to gain that sort of stuff. It goes without saying, the military lifestyle, the experiences you're going to have, the situations you're going to be in, the elements that you're going to be in, going through these experiences, is all the sort of, the magic sort of mixture to really make rock hard experiences, rock hard friendships, going through them sort of experiences. So from living in the sort of single living accommodation, definitely maybe not right now in the current climate, but whenever we come to better times, when you got your weekends off, you're going to go do things with these friends. You could deploy away on sort of long weekends, on holiday, Magaluf, Europe, city breaks within the UK, wherever it may be. You can do all this. The later aspect of it then, or if you're going to go straight into it, is over here in the sort of family living accommodation. You will then not just only have that sort of single friendships with people in work, you'll start to bring your families together as well. So that's people you're going to be working with, then either your wife, your husband, your partners then, they're all sort of having their own sort of relationships. And then, kids, if you're going to go down that route as well, and you start multiplying your own little section outside of the work, they're going to go to school together, they're going to have their own sort of experience as well, and just creates that sort of big sort of community as well. It's really good because you all have that something in common, which is deploying or all the other sort of little aspects that come out of serving, and it just helps that sort of relationship grow. And these friendships can be really, really strong and will last a lifetime. Okay, the next one then is adventure. So it goes without saying, you're 100% going to get adventure. Maybe not right now, but definitely anyone who's watching this video, you will potentially, haven't gone through any sort of process just yet. So by the time you've decided what you want to do, gone to your assessment centre, gone into basic training, went through basic training, now arrived here in battalion, you're going to be looking into sort of mid-2021 to the sort of later edges of it, where there's going to be a lot of adventure. However, the climate's going to be changing then, so it's going to be back to normal, hopefully, and then you're going to get all this sort of stuff I'm going to talk about. But definitely, you're going to get overseas exercises. So that's like you've maybe seen here on the channel, so doing all this sort of business, but you're going to get the chance to go away overseas and do that there. You're also going to do adventure training, so that's the stuff like if you think about like rock climbing, you know, scuba diving, whitewater rafting, parachuting, all them sort of styles of activities. You can either do that here in the UK, which is still adventure, because if you're someone who lives in a city or a small town and you've never experienced that, you're definitely going to be starting to experience the outdoors a lot more. And you also can experience that overseas as well, so them adventure training style stuff in smaller groups or in bigger groups as well. The last one then, which is obviously quite obvious then, and hopefully the majority of you, that's the reason why you want to join, is the opportunity then to deploy overseas on operations. So with a you're definitely going to get adventure when you go on operations. You know, depends what way you're going to look at it, but definitely in that side of adventure is going to be there. So overseas exercises, deployments, and the adventure training. So skills then, so that can either be black and white on paper, which I did do a few videos back around, which I'll link up around here, and that's all about how you can turn your sort of, as you promote through the infantry, so here in battalion, how you can sort of convert them qualifications into civilian nationally recognized qualifications, so you're better in a good, you know, you're in a better condition for whenever it's time to leave. But it also applies to the skills you're going to learn in the job. So that stuff you're going to relate to the infantry side of stuff. So, you know, whether it's you're a machine gunner, which two Royal Irish also have, where it's mortars, which they also have, where it's signals, which they also have and we have, snipers, which they don't have but we have, our assault pioneers, which both battalions do have. You know, people go, well, how can I can relate to some of them sort of specialist trades? How, you know, how am I pulling them skills out to further develop myself for later on? Well, you know, let's take machine guns for an instance. You know, firing a 50 caliber machine gun, doing all the sort of map predicted fire. So that's like looking at your map, you know, doing all the sort of mathematics and working out where you want the rounds to land specifically, all that sort of stuff. You're doing that sideways rain in the cold, in the middle of sort of Otterburn summer, snow, someone's shouting at you to get the orders done. The radio's got really bad signal and you're sort of just making it out. You know, then you just, that just skill set comes over you. We just calm all the way down, everything shuts down, and you're just able to just go like a ninja and just flipping smash all these sort of calculations out, get the sort of fire down, accurate suppression fire for the rifle companies to go through, and jobs are good. And now you're like, well, how is that converting into sort of normal skills? Well, that you can take that and take that anywhere and apply that template to any profession outside the military whatsoever. And I do have quite a lot of sort of veteran friends, and they always tell me it's that style of stuff, because that is not black and white on paper, but that is a quality and a skill set that you're going to get, you know, within the regiment, and you can just apply that to anywhere. And any sort of boss or manager would welcome someone who can come into their company or their trade, whatever it may be, and be able to work in them crappy conditions, because that's, you know, let's be real here, most civilians aren't going to work in this sort of silent conditions that we'll work in, but we'll go in and you can sort of not get stressed out when you've got sort of you know, quotas to meet or quarterly quotas and all this sort of stuff. You can sort of work your way back from them sort of dates, and without getting into the specifics of it, the skills you're going to get, you can definitely use that template and apply it to anything that you're going to do after service. So training then, this goes without saying, you are going to get, you know, a vast amount of training whenever you come into the regiment itself. And more specifically, then, we're going to be harping in now on the battalion, is you're going to do something called the Ranger Carter. That's something you're going to conduct as soon as you arrive in battalion. Now you can do that straight away, or you could potentially wait in a couple of months just until there's a little pool of sort of manpower that's come from Catterick, and then you'll go on that course. It's 2 to 3 weeks long. You're going to be conducting stuff like battle fitness. So that sort of stuff you'll sort of be known and be exposed to definitely throughout your infantry career, and more specifically your sort of promotion courses. And why that is then is so you're not a shock to the system when you arrive in all these different courses when it's your time to go and do them. And the next sort of thing then is going to be communications. So our sort of communications, our signal sort of det will come in, and they will teach you everything to do about the radios. So that's not the sort of small personal radios you'll see in basic training. That's the bigger style and all the different radios we use. That's like setting up antennas, different sort of makeshift antennas. That's troubleshooting the radio, so making sure it's working, all that sort of stuff. And the other good aspect of that is not the whole Ranger Carter, but that like, specific thing within the Carter is once you complete that, then that gives you that next increment level of pay. So you'll get, your pay will increase once you finish this course, because of that little element is within there. It's like you're now like phase 3 trained soldier, or I can't remember the exact terminology of it, but basically you're getting more money in the back of the pocket. Further, what we're going to lead me into then is the Ranger Carter itself, the tactical exercise. I'm not going to talk about it, I'm going to show you. I was there a couple of days ago on the one that's running right now, and this is this little element I've been showing on sort of Facebook and Instagram, and it's off of their morning attack. So like as the sun was coming up, and they're out all night and doing all the sort of normal sort of business, and this was sort of the sort of final push, and this is what the sort of thing you could see to be doing once you come that Ranger Carter. So I will leave you at that, at the very end of that sort of clip, and if you're new to the channel here, please consider subscribing if you think this is what you're all about and you want to do more, and the little bell icon, if you ring that, what that does then, it lets you keep you up to date then whenever I drop these sort of videos, which are hopefully going to stay like this and more consistent for you. Once again, thanks very much for joining. Really do appreciate it. And I will see you again on the next video.
Come on, boys, look! Get him off! Get him off! Get him off! Let's go, 3, 2, 1, now! Fucking move it!
This is how we get it done. This is how we do it. This is how a kingdom comes. This is how we do it. How a kingdom comes. How we get it done.
Boys, come on! Fuck me!
This is how we get it done. We're unstoppable.